most people spend money on dumb things, which then forces them to do things they don't want. So step number one for most people in here, they should sell their home, take the money, and go rent. They should return their BMW and get a Toyota.
I own a BMW, God damn it.
And that's why, and honestly, that becomes the vulnerability. Why do you own a BMW?
Because I love the car, just the brand, and I love driving it, so I don't know.
So to me, that's where it gets interesting, right? Do you, or do you like what the brand does to make you look to other people? I don't know, I'm not assuming.
I know, you have a point, you have a point.
I know I have a point, I don't know you, but I know in the macro that 98% of people that buy a Mercedes or BMW likes what it makes other people think of them, not that they like it. And that $487 a month versus what they really need, which is $100 a month, is why they have a job they hate, because they're paying for a life that means nothing. Guys, the amount of people in here that have a job they hate and they buy things they don't care about to impress people they don't give a fuck about scares the shit out of me. Purpose is a fancy word for happiness. I think if you break it down, you know, purpose, what's my purpose? What's my why? My homie Simon, right? Yeah, it's semantics. Like for me, you know, I can't stress enough. You have to, again, and I'm gonna keep pounding this because I need you to understand. When I was 5, I thought it was, when I was 7, when I was 9, on a summer day, I'm a kid of the 80s in America, which means you went outside and you played, right? I thought it was more fun to convince, manipulate, whatever semantic word you want to use, my friends into standing behind lemonade stands or ringing people's doorbells and washing their cars. Like, it's my true love, right? Like, and I don't think most people want to follow their true love because A, my true love was building a business that makes money, which is very practical. You know, I think if somebody's true love is music, they haven't figured out how to make it monetizable because they have friction, because their true love is something, but they also want money and stuff. And I think that people waver. I think people struggle to find purpose because they overvalue things and people's opinions over their own true happiness. It's as basic as it gets. So I think that I think everybody here, if I told them everything is gonna be okay, you can have everything you want. Now, what are you gonna do with your day? I think a lot of people know. It could be anything. If you were to then watch movies all day, like if we played this game and you're like, okay, everything? Well, fuck, I don't do shit. I just want to watch movies. Cool. I think you should build a business around that. Right? Like, to me, like, great, right? So like, I think people are scared. I think people are scared. I think they're scared what people will think. And I think they're scared that they can't survive living the life that they want to live from a materialistic standpoint. What makes me so dangerous is I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't need anybody. And that's it. And so I'm good. And I wish that on everybody. You know how nice it is to not rely on anybody for anything at all, ever? Not emotionally, not financially, not, it's just it's the Zen zone. But purpose is to make yourself happy. I'm a nice guy because I like admiration. And so I have to give it. That's my but it's all predicated on making me happy. I'm nice because it makes me feel good what they say about me.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand, it's very basic. And so, yeah, I think people are scared. I listen, if I could ever convince you that you don't need shit, you would be off to the races. If you could unmaterialistic yourself, you'd be fuck, you know? You know, one, my whole life I've been able to make money. So, you know, And I understand that that's a rare talent, I do. Like, most people aren't super gifted in making money. So I don't fear finances the way many do. At the same token, I don't put it on for that reason probably, I don't love it either. So when I think about 5 or 10 years from now, it feels similar to now, which is I want to keep making money so I can keep reinvesting it and keep giving myself opportunities to play. I'm not, I save money for a rainy day, but you don't need that much. Yeah. Well, let me rephrase, it's percentage I don't need that much by percentage of what I make because I'm not looking to live too big of a lifestyle. So I put some away, but for the most part, I use money to give myself opportunities to play business. It's like a game.
So kind of you again the lavish lifestyle?
Against the what, my friend?
Lavish lifestyle.
Lavish? Yeah, for me, it doesn't bring me pleasure. I don't want a boat, I don't want a fancy car, I don't want jewelry or art. But I don't judge other people. If you can afford it, do whatever the hell you want. Give it all away to charity, buy a $5 million painting. If you can afford, especially if you made it, if you made the money and you can afford it, you're my favorite person. Because then you can do whatever the hell you want with your money. I think, and by the way, if you inherit it, you inherited it, so you were in a fortunate situation. Obviously, I don't look at that the same way because I admire people who make it. But no, I do not. I'm unbelievably unimpressed with somebody who flaunts their money with things. I don't judge it, but it doesn't get me excited at all. I've never looked at anything and been impressed by it for its cost. I don't even know what things cost. Yeah. I don't, when I go to if I'm in, I think a lot about when I'm in Cannes for the marketing festival or if I'm in Beverly Hills for an event or I remember I was somewhere, it was like very fancy cars. I don't know what's a $500,000 car, what's a $5 car. It just, jewelry, forget about it. I have no idea, art, no clue. It's just not on my radar. No, I don't think about that at all.
Okay.
At all.
Okay, will you ever be retired?
No.
No.
I will never retire. I will 100% die actively working. 100%. There would be nothing that would make me more unhappy than to retire.
Okay.
Now I say that today at 43. Maybe at 97, I won't, but I don't think so because I think my mind would really struggle, Maybe my body will give out as I get closer to 100, but not with technology. I don't see it. No way. I like it too much.
So you encourage everybody to be productive all the time?
No. I encourage everybody to reverse engineer their hard wiring. I think a lot of people should work 9 to 5 and make $53,000 a year and live a great life. I think the problem is a lot of those people want to make $1 million and then feel stress instead of accepting what makes them happy. Yeah, I think people need to be productive in their way. And if that, there's somebody who's listening to this right now who can't wait to do nonprofit work all the time. And if they want to work until they're 50 and 55, 60, 65, and then do nonprofit work for 30 years, that's what makes them happy. But I started liking to work. And I'm gonna finish that way too.
Okay. The last advice for us, the young generation, the middle class?
I think there's a couple things to really think about. I think that self-awareness and patience really matter. I think not caring about other people's opinions really matters. I think if you think about those 3 things, it gives you a chance to be happy. But I think everybody's impatient because they want to prove it to other people, their parents, their friends. I just think we're living lives for other people. We have to stop. So live your life for you. That's my advice. Live your life for you.
What would you say to somebody like, you know what you're doing? Because we are very good at convincing ourselves, look, at the end of the day, this is paying for this is paying for this. I'm just going to do it for a short time. Many reasons. But people sort of keep doing that. Because I know people who...
Oh, I know unlimited people who do this.
Right.
This is a very good question by you. Look, the answer is that person is flawed.
Right.
The question is why?
Why?
My belief is it's because they're insecure and they need stuff to make themselves feel good, to show others that they're successful, because they're not happy with themselves.
Yeah, right.
And they need jewelry and success and cars and girls and planes to show everybody that they're winning, because they're not winning with themselves.
And add social media to that equation, where you get social validation on every given second.
Yep, but social media is, that person was looking for that validation pre-internet.
But social media just supercharged it for this person, right?
No, I'm actually a dissent to this voice.
Sure.
I think social media has exposed the truth of, not accelerated. That person was flexing in the office.
But now they got millions of people around the world admiring that flexing.
Yeah, but it's the same fucking game. Whether you're trying to floss in front of 8 or 8 million, you're still vulnerable to the floss.
Sure. But the influence of you doing it at an office in front of 8 million people is enormous. You are pretty much tuning the minds of another generation.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but the reality is why? And what are you trying to do for yourself?
True.
You know, I don't find a lot of those people being thoughtful about what they're doing for the next generation. They're too inherently selfish.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, so
I don't think was overthinking about what he was doing for the next generation.
No, he's not.
I think, and by the way, me and everybody else, like, I think people are doing what they think is what they want to be doing.
Yeah. But you at least have a conscious acknowledgement of you want admiration, and to do that you have to be good.
Correct.
Right? So you are doing good. But you know, some
yes,
people,
but for me, that's what makes me happy, and I don't have any interest in judging
Sure.
somebody who wants to fuck every night. I don't have any judgment on somebody who wants $1 billion in cash.
Sure.
I struggle with judgment, but to your point, I will only use the word luck, and I hate using that word. Luckily for me, I was structured in a way where what I want is inherently selfless.
right.
Cool, but that leads to gratitude more than judgment.
Yeah.
More than looking around at everybody else and judging them. I just stay in my own head of being grateful for what I had. So when I was a young kid, I made a lot of money selling baseball cards and comic books and toys. And then I started working for my dad's business, and I was making, when I was 22 to 28, I was making $35,000 to $55,000 a year, but I had no expenses. I didn't go on vacations. I didn't buy fancy things. So I saved my money. And then when I had hundreds of thousands of dollars. I didn't have millions. And by the time I was 33, 34, when I had that opportunity, I'd still not bought a home. I was still in an apartment. I was 33 years old and I was renting. And because I was saving cash to go on the offense. And so when I had a chance to invest in those companies, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions, but those hundreds made millions, made tens of millions. And so that's it, nothing crazy, I didn't have any crazy advantage. There's a lot of people that make $55,000 a year when they're 23. The problem is they go to Coachella and they want to buy a watch and they want to buy a BMW, and I didn't. So I ate shit for 13 years, and then I had a moment and I struck.